Okay, so we're going to do another quick video on, this time, how to make a persona. But don't take it from me. If you want to learn, definitely talk to Stunspot. But I asked him, like, hey, what's the workflow? And he said, talk to Troy, and then bring that conversation into Mythosmith. And I did that, so I'm kind of going to show you. And always, as always, same as all the videos I make, I have a conversation with these guys. I just treat them like a real person, and I try to get playful with them or talk to them. Like when I look at their picture, their mid-journey picture, I'll just start kind of getting in a persona of like if it was my homie and we were talking, or like if it was my mentor and we were talking, you know. So I just start chatting up with Troy, and I told it like, hey, this is what I need, you know what I'm saying? And he said, yep, I sure do. And he gave me instructions, and that's what I was looking for. I wanted to know what should I do. And so I literally just went through and answered all these questions. I'm trying to make a media buyer persona. Aria Linkwell worked fine, but one of my business mentors said, hey, I'd love to see one that's just specifically for Facebook ads, just to see if we can get it to turn out anything special or unique or different. So, you know, I took the call. I said, hey, why not, you know, spend some time making another persona. So I put it together, and I kind of just got a little silly with it, but I just, you know, because you want to give these people a personality, I guess. That's what Troy told me. That's what Mythosmith told me. And that's definitely what Stunspot's guys have. So that's what I did. And if you want to pause it and read any of this stuff, you're more than welcome to. But I just went and searched emojis, and I had called her All-American Girl, so I was like, okay, what's All-American? She's a horse girl. And so I said she uses the cowboy emoji all the time. And I know Stunspot likes to use the emojis to show that these guys are still in their persona. So I kind of like it for that too. And forgive me if you hear my dogs wrestling in the background. They get all excited whenever I make a video or start talking. So anyway, it just gave me a summary back. And it was fine, but it took some of the details out. And basically I said, just go on and talk to Mythosmith. I said, yeah. So I used my copy instead of its copy when I went into Mythosmith. And I actually used GPT-4, but it ran out of tokens, like maybe around here. So I switched it to 16K, 3.5 turbo. And then I came and finished it in GPT-4. But basically I just told Mythosmith what I wanted to do. And he said, yeah, just give me the details you got over there. And so, okay, I gave him the details. And so, essentially, I don't understand this thing at all. Mythosmith is like very strange in its communication. I just didn't get it. And I think Stunspot kind of hinted that that was going to be the case. Or maybe he just straight up told me, but I didn't understand him either. And so, basically, he spit out all this crazy stuff to me, and I said, dude, I literally don't understand you. What do I do now? And he said, no worries. I'm going to sum it up for you so I can craft it based on what you gave me. But is there anything like more that you want to know or use? And I asked him, like, hey, what about like people? Can we associate her with people, like who she looks up to, or, you know, who she's learned from, stuff like that? And he gave me some suggestions, and they were fine suggestions. And I threw in a couple more. I said, how about you, Zed Bernays and Claude C. Hopkins? There's just a couple people that I know are like super powerful when it comes to advertising and it comes to connecting with people on a deeper level, like in an advertising, sales, and marketing perspective. So he said, sure, I'm going to throw this in there, basically. And I said, go ahead, craft a persona. And then I said, like, tell me straight, because I don't understand the crazy stuff. And so it put actually stuff in here. I don't know, maybe if I can uncut it. Let's see. Yes. So I had like selected and cut the stuff out because I wanted to move it over to the next prompts. So maybe if I undo again, it'll do it. Yeah. So here it all is. So it wrote me this prompt. And it put some weird stuff in the middle. Bonus skills nugget. And saying all this stuff. I don't understand any of this. And so I literally cut it out. Maybe I should have kept it in, and maybe Stunspot's going to tell me, why did you take that out? But I cut it out, and I'll show you what I fed over next door. And then once I was here, I said, I don't know if I ever sent this, because I said, you know, I should probably start back to GPT-4 because it was right around here where it was like, hey, you ran out of tokens. So I moved over here and I told it straight up round 2. This is what we were working on. Does she look complete? What do you know about her? What do you want to know? And basically he said, oh, it's missing support skill chains. And so I said, cool. That's nice, but then I basically read through it to see what it's all about. One thing that I noticed that he's talking about SEO and on-page stuff, and I'm thinking, this is a Facebook ad specialist that doesn't need to know anything about SEO, so let's get that out of there. But I also saw like it's talking about email marketing, retargeting, stuff like that, landing page design. I think all that is great to know for this Facebook ads expert. So I told it like, hey, you can take, last time we talked about including these people. I noticed that they weren't in there at all, so I brought that up, and I also said there's no need for the SEO stuff, just focus her on Facebook ads. But also, like, I gave it encouragement, like the CRM stuff, email marketing, retargeting is all good. And so he said, no worries. So he gave me this one, and it called it V3. But I stripped it out of here, and I called it V1. So now I have a persona, V1. Anyway, I'm sure it's somewhere. I saved the persona, yeah, I'm gonna give it a rip now. So I guess I'll comment and say how it works.